Company. We're 100% Kiwi and 50% community owned. Switch today at ecotricity.co.nz.
There we go. I did really good that week. Okay.
We and 50% community owned. Switch today at ecotricity.co.nz. Hi there.
Perfect.
Sadly, as always, I'll be back soon with more. It handles life underground, but I still want one. How about you?
Wow, that's pretty close. Wow, it's pretty close to the one I just got rid of. Whoop whoop. Okay, I think we're good.
And on that note, I'm going to say goodbye. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Tell your friends about the show, and if you've got some feedback, well, you know what to do.
Okay, cool. Good morning, everyone. I just thought I'm editing this Transport Evolved 10 for later. I know some of you enjoy it. I know some of you enjoy watching. So I'm editing this. So that's why I'm here. When does this Oz version go live? Well, it's going to go live a bit later on. So you mean the New Zealand version? Well, the New Zealand version is on its way. Let me click out this window, pop-up chat. So you're getting to see Transport Evolved kind of create from the very beginning. I think I've already shown this before, but this is what we start with. Effectively, that's my studio. And then we add the green screen. And then it goes on after that. Now, the New Zealand one will probably go live shortly after the Transport Evolved episode. So it's well, if you watch, you'll see it take place and take shape.
Show.
Oh.
Show.
That's why it's important to have a good computer.
Coming up on today's show, Porsche switches on its first 800-volt DC quick charging station for the upcoming Porsche Taycan. Tesla. Today's show. Porsche switches on its first 800-volt DC quick charging station for the upcoming Porsche Taycan. Tesla announces a new Gigafactory in China, and Nissan's 2019 Leaf is caught rapid charging at 102 kilowatts. These stories and more coming next.
This is filmed okay, so this is last week's show. Oops. I'm going to copy those two things. Come on. All right. Waiting for it to paste into the timeline. Working really hard today. Why are you working so hard? I wonder if my speed disk is causing issues again. Look, you are. That's a good job I checked, I suppose. Explain why it's taking such a long time to edit. Okay, so I just need to quit out of this program for a second. Not sure what's going to happen when I quit out of this. Good morning, everyone. We are editing the show, and the connection between that computer and this computer. At night time, sometimes it loses its 10 gigabit network connection, and that results in a really slow read-write time. Like I'm getting 100 meg, or I'm getting a gig, sorry, I'm getting a gig connection right now. So, no, it's not. It goes off 2 different network connections. See, when I used to do this, I didn't know what the problem was, and now I do know what the problem was. I can get it working. I'm very happy about some things. All right. This computer's not even breaking a sweat right now. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of. We're going to skip that backup. And then we're going to get rid of. Actually, let's try it now. Still a bit on the slow side. Yeah. Okay. Stopping. Oh, I got my speed back. Yay. The time machine backup that was taking place at the same time. Darn you, time machine. Let's tweak the settings for that, because sometimes time machine does cause me some issues. Options. All right, let's reback this up. What's the name of this? Pro. I'm still getting half a lots. That's the official name for this, half a lot. What's the t-shirt of the day? Always Love from, oh, what do they call it? WeWork, it's a place I used to have an office at when I was in downtown Portland. I'm feeling a bit stressed today, so you'll just have to put up with me being a little bit of a stress bunny. So I'm just waiting for this program to reload, and then we can pick up where we left off. And then you can see the whole of the edit stream take place, and we can go from there. So the program is back up, so I can go back to the application in question, and then you can see what's really going on. All right, so
it's called rapid charging at 102 kilowatts.
Right, why don't we actually share this as well, and then people can see. You want to see what I do for a living? That was really bad out of tune. Okay. So, where were we? Porsche Taycan. So, it's on this list somewhere. It should be down as 2019 Porsche Taycan. Porsche Taycan, where are you? Okay, obviously not. Porsche Taycan EV, yay! So I don't have anything really to talk about charging. So what I'm going to do here, how many themes have I hummed so far? I am a musician after all. So let's see how that looks.
Show Porsche switches on it.
Ooh, that's terrible editing. You're a fool. You're full, lady.
On today's show, Porsche switches on its first 800-volt DC quick charging station for the upcoming Porsche Taycan.
It's not really appropriate. There we go. Don't tickle my leg, dog. All right, let's see how this looks.
Porsche switches on its first 800-volt DC quick charging station for the upcoming Porsche Taycan. Tesla and
Hi everyone. There we
go. Porsche switches on.
And just to make it easier, what I tend to do is I tend to crop my image. And I do this for two reasons. One, it means it's less likely that some idiot is going to try and copyright claim my stuff, but also it just means that the screen gets filled.
So Porsche switches on its first 800-volt DC quick charging station for the upcoming Porsche Taycan. Tesla announces a new gigafactory in China.
Now, I don't have any information on this gigafactory. I mean, like, I don't have any footage of the Tesla gigafactory. And someone actually said to me, someone had a go at me yesterday and was saying, oh, you're always using the same stuff. Why are you always using the same footage? And I'm like, well, you know, if you want to give me the same amount and quality of footage as I've currently got from automakers, be my guest and I will use your footage instead. But strangely, they haven't done that. So,
Tesla announces a new Gigafactory in China, and Nissan's 2019
Nissan Leaf. I know I've got that. 2019 Nissan Leaf. Mwahaha. Oh, 2018. Okay. I really want some nice footage. That's footage I always end up using, which I don't like using the same footage all the time. That's ProPilot, which is no good. That one's a nice shot. That's a money shot. And hopefully it's just the right length as well.
Factory in China, and Nissan's 2019 Leaf is caught rapid charging at 102 kilowatts. These stories and more.
Oh, hang on.
2 kilowatts. These stories and more coming next.
Wow.
Hi there, everyone. I'm back after a week off for another episode of Cleaner, Greener, Safer and Smarter Transportation News.
There you go. That's me talking about the stuff that I'm talking about. Slurpee to coffee. Slurpee to coffee. Slurpee, slurp, slurp to coffee. Oh, is it really 2 weeks since I suppose it is. July the 13th. Oh yeah, it's Friday the 13th today. Woo!
Hi there, everyone. I'm back after a week off for another episode of Cleaner, Greener, Safer and Smarter Transportation News. But before I get to the first story, I just want to express my gratitude to each and every one of you who reached out to express your condolences after the death of my big sister 2 weeks ago, as well as those of you who were at Anthrocon last week and came up to give me a hug in real life to say sorry. I was truly touched. Thank you. And if you want to see the video...
Oh, yeah, I was going to do that.
Truly touched. Thank you. And if you want to see the video she asked me to make for her funeral, well, you'll find that in the link below.
Cool. I forgot that I was going to put that in the video today. So what I need to do is I need to go here. I need to import. Oh, God. I didn't want that first thing in the morning. Oh, that's not a good one. That's a good one. That's a good version of that video. Add to existing event. Copy, copy, copy. Do the good things. Hi from the UK, Philip. How is the protest going? I don't know if you're seeing the protest. Alrighty. Let's see if I can find a little bit at the end. Oh no, it doesn't have the ending. Bollocks. It doesn't have the ending. Now I've got to be really careful about what I include. Excuse me while I scrub through this super fast. I think I'm just going to have to go with that Kahorian grave bit at the beginning. Okay. That'll do. Boom. Let's pull that off. screen.
I was truly touched. Thank you. And if you want to see the video she asked me to make for her funeral, well, you'll find that in the link below. We're starting today.
That works.
And if you want to see the video she up. Thank you. And if you want to see the video she asked me to make for her funeral, well, you'll find that in the link below. We're starting to...
Good question. I'm glad someone's asked me that, John. All right, so let me show you. So how this works is this what it looks like originally. And what you'll see there is it is actually a green screen in my studio. I've got a biggest green screen behind that I generally don't use. That's generally only used when I'm doing costume stuff with characters with big ears and things, and I need to adjust the camera. But this green screen is a nice pop-up one, and it's very clean, produces a clean matte. So what I do is let me get rid of this for a second. I actually produce, I make a mask. So that's the original. This is with the keyer in. And then I draw a mask around the edge of the green screen, and that results in my chroma key. That's how that all works. And then the background is here. So when I add these two layers together, there you have your setup. I hope that helps. All right, so before I go any further, I need to get some more assets in from my previous shows. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up to here. At the beginning of this, once I get into a rhythm, it doesn't take me too long to do. Did I have to buy the studio background? Yeah, I did. I think I got it off Shutterstock, if memory serves me correctly. It sure as heck beats what I used to have, which was, you know, pretty dire, to be honest. All right, so that's the lower thirds there. I'm also going to go up and grab my bug. We call these a channel bug. I'm going to pop that into timeline like so. I'm going to make this nice and short. As I progress through the show, this gets dragged with me. So this is as you'll see, this is a little clock, which in itself is its own little item, its own little asset, and that gets dragged in. And then also, because I know where I am in the show, I'm also going to do just the end of this as well. I think that's here.
Clamoring to get the edge in electric vehicle battery technology, investment in third-party battery firms is most...
Maybe not. That is the Ecotricity version.
Is expect to see the e-Citaro in a city near you.
That's also that. So here it is.
Snow. With more and more automakers clamoring to get to the edge in electric vehicle battery technology.
That might be a swear, so I'm going to stop there.
Thank goodness, so make sure you hit that notification at the here. You message again.
That's me doing a side backwards. And you'll notice here also I go really out of the bounds of the green screen, but that's okay because I know that's a point that I don't actually have to stand in front of it.
They at Ecotricity. So be quick about your entry. As always, thanks for joining me, and don't forget to keep pushing really better, smarter, and kinder. Keep evolving. Keep evolving.
Okay, here we go. The TARDIS. Oh, I wish I had one. Actually, I've got to tell you this. There's a car that turns up at Anthrocon every year. It's a blue, I want to say it's a blue Scion. And it's got the license plate of Allons-y, which is obviously what the 10th Doctor used to say, I think. Anyway, that was cool. And I can't use this one because you don't have the music credits in it. So that's fine. Just going to go back and do the previous one. And it has lots of cool stuff in it. So open library, other, locate. There he is. All right, so sometimes the assets are in the wrong place. I have to go back and pick them up, as you do. Now, don't panic. This all looks completely out. The reason for that will be explained later. That'll be the Ecotech version. Ooh. Ooh. Hang on. There we go. That's what we wanted. So I'm going to copy that, and we're going to go back to 10.2.15. And I'm going to hit paste. And get rid of that.
Transport Evolved, as well as Oscar Hamish on Instagram at Oscar Hamish, and tell us what adventures you get up to with your own set of custom handmade Model S or X luggage in your car using the hashtag Evolved Luggage. If you also want to buy a set for yourself, you can get a 10% discount by using the description in the link below. We're now super close to that 50,000 subscribers, so be quick about your entry. As always, thanks for joining me.
It's the same thing, the description and the link below. The link in the description.
Pushing better, smarter, and kinder. Keep evolving.
I did the same thing as I did last time. This is what happens when you read an auto cue and you're not really, I shouldn't really be back at work, but I am. 215, July. What? Episode, okay. Produced June. July. 13. You're just going to have to deal with me saying the wrong thing there.
Keep evolving.
1, 2, 3, 4. Ba 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 ba. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. That's a bit early. Oh, shut up, Pepper. That's a little early. I made it just like a half beat early. Yeah. Just adjust this just a little bit. Still too early, but yes. So that's better. That was a little early. Oh, a bit drunk this morning. These Claro credits. You're really off. Yay. How long does it normally take between recording the video and editing it? Well, that depends whether I'm doing this video or whether I'm doing some of the other stuff that I do. Some of the other stuff I do takes a lot longer. Gosh darn it. Damn it, blast. Deep breath.
Well, it will be in the wilds of the Pacific Northwest. Some of our local roads are pretty extreme, but as this is so far a prototype, it's not clear even when or if it will enter into production. Goodwood Volkswagen ID R Pikes Peak may be attempting a world record at Goodwood Festival of Speed this weekend. Another vehicle has already taken to the short hill.
Wow, I did a really quick.
On that note,
God damn it.
On that note, it's the end of this week's show. As usual, like, comment, subscribe, and support us if you can using one of the 3 links below, and give us some social media buzz if you're so inclined. There's also still literally just enough time to enter our 50,000 subscriber giveaway. Except for yourself, you can get a 10% discount by using the description in the link below. We're now super close to that 50.
Can't believe I said that again, and someone will have a go at me, but sod it. Okay.
Literally just enough time to enter using the hashtag super close to that 50,000 subscribers, so be quick about your entry. As always, by using the description in the link below. We're now super close to that 50,000 subscribers, so be quick about your entry. For yourself, you can get a 10% discount by using the description in the link below. We're now super close to that 50,000 subscribers.
I know I got it wrong.
Be quick about your entry. As always, thanks for joining me, and don't forget to keep pushing to be better, smarter, and kinder. Keep evolving.
Okay.
That note,
okay, that was good. Right, so now I'm going to go back to the start.
And if you want to see the video she asked me to make for her funeral, well, you'll find that in the link below. We're starting today's show with the news that Porsche has officially installed the first 2 800-volt DC quick charging stations that will make it possible for its upcoming Taycan electric sports sedan to gain approximately 400 kilometers, 250 miles of range in just 20 minutes.
I got that wrong as well. Bollocks.
Installed at the Berlin Alderhof Technology Parking, plug-in will also be backwards compatible with existing lower power CCS quick charging stations.
Cool. That's the same one that we've got. So it must be in here. Ah, yeah, it is. There you go. Right, so I can probably use some of that. I'm going to use all of it. Mind your paws, puppy.
Starting today's show with the news that Porsche has officially installed approximately 400 kilometers, 250 miles of range in just 20 minutes. Twice as fast as conventional CCS quick charging stations.
Okay, maybe I can do that. Maybe.
as conventional CCS quick charging stations. Installed at the Berlin
Yeah, that works. We're up to 5, by the way.
Installed at the Berlin Alderhof Technology Park in Germany for use by the local dealership and its customers.
Right, that's 1. And then let's find another bit of this car doing its thing. What to see that the car doing its thing? Wee. No. Wee. Frame. Clips change. All right. I go. Wee. Back to there, maybe. Let's have a look. That might actually work.
Customers, the new 800-volt CCS charging stations will make charging the Taycan a super fast affair. But it's important to note that the luxury plug-in will also be backwards compatible with existing lower power CCS quick charging stations.
That's not it.
CCS quick charging stations.
Okay, I'm gonna just extend that one a little bit more. I just keep going. I sang Teletubbies, and then I just hummed a little bit of one of Fox and Pepper's songs that I can't remember. Story. Gigafactory plans. And I sung that at a freaking concert last week. I should know what that one was called.
With both its Reno Gigafactory and Fremont production lines working flat out to churn out battery packs and Tesla Model 3 electric cars, Tesla announced this week that it is in the process of obtaining final approval and permits to build its 3rd Gigafactory in Shanghai, China.
I should have rephrased that because it doesn't sound or feel right, but it is. So screw you guys. I really need to get someone else working for me. I can't afford to get anybody else working for me yet. Transport Evolve doesn't bring in enough money. But it's my goal eventually to get 3 or 4 sort of lots of part-timers eventually. I'm going to start with 1. 1 would be enough for now. 1 part-timer.
And Fremont production lines working flat out to churn out battery packs and Tesla Model 3 electric cars. Tesla announced this week that it is in the process of obtaining final approval and permits to build its 3rd Gigafactory in Shanghai, China.
Do you mean one weekend or do you mean last weekend? One weekend, time to make back the flights, rooms, the gasoline. One weekend, draw and sketch and sell my soul to pay the bills. One weekend, sure, this can be fun, but overall, this is a business. One weekend, God, I hope you've all been saving up for this. One weekend. I've changed keys.
China. After that, Tesla expects construction to begin immediately, with the factory due to start producing vehicles in about 2 years' time. After 5 years, Tesla says it hopes to be producing 500,000 cars there every year. Given that Tesla is currently suffering greatly at the hand of the ongoing US-China trade war and has just put up its prices in China to compensate, this new Chinese factory could help dramatically increase Tesla's bottom line in the long term, although it's also going to require the company's already tight finances to stretch even further in the short term.
I hope Fox and Pepper aren't watching because I completely screwed it up. No, it's not good enough. You know what I really want is some Model 3 stuff. Oh, I like that shot, if it's the shot I think it is. Let's get the talking out of it, because I don't know what's being said at this point. Possibly dirty jokes and swearing. Okay.
Given that Tesla is currently suffering greatly at the hand of the ongoing US-China trade war and has just put up its prices in China to compensate, this new Chinese factory could help dramatically increase Tesla's bottom line.
That's a really, really shaky shot, my son. That is not good. That is not the shot that I expected from you. That works. Oh, no, no, no.
But not everybody has
No, it's not good either. I'm going to get a better one than that. That's a good one. I've used that one before. Let's see.
Given that Tesla is currently suffering greatly at the hand of the ongoing US-China trade war and has just put up its prices in China to compensate, this new Chinese factory could help dramatically increase Tesla's compensate. Yes, and has just put up.
Oh, no, no, no. I didn't mean to do that.
Yeah. Given that Tesla is currently suffering greatly at the hand of the ongoing US-China trade war and has just put up its prices in China to compensate, this new Chinese factory could help dramatically increase Tesla's bottom line in the long term.
No, that short shot is too freaking short. Well, I'm just going to do this one because I know... No. Find it. Where is it? That shot. Is it that shot?
Given that Tesla is currently suffering greatly at the hand of the ongoing US-China trade war and has just put up its prices in China to compensate, this new Chinese factory could help dramatically increase Tesla's bottom line in the long term.
I'm going to cheat. Screw it. I'm going to bring that up.
Tesla's bottom line in the long term, although it's also going to require the company's already tight finances to stretch even further in the short term.
Okay. Okay. Shouldn't you be at work, Kia? Yeah, far be it for me to be a bully or anything. That's a nice shot. I like that shot. Boom, 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 boom. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's why my microphone wasn't working the other day. It was unplugged, Pepper.
I'm such a nincompoop. Oh, that's funny.
With both its Reno Gigafactory and 3 more production lines working flat out to churn out battery packs and Tesla Model 3 electric cars, Tesla announced this week that it is in the process of obtaining final approval and permits to build its 3rd Gigafactory in Shanghai, China. After that, Tesla expects construction to begin immediately, with the factory due to start producing vehicles in about 2 years' time. After 5 years, Tesla says it hopes to be producing 500,000 cars there every year. Given that Tesla is currently suffering greatly at the hand of the ongoing US-China trade war and has just put up its prices in China to compensate, this new Chinese factory could help dramatically increase Tesla's bottom line in the long term, although it's also going to require the company's already tight finances to stretch even further in the short term.
You know what? I screwed up. I know it's hard to believe, but I did. I have to credit myself. Or Mike Crotch, depending on what he wants to be known as today. Heading to Goodwoods. Volkswagen IDR Pikes Peak. There you go. All right, IDR Pikes Peak. Boo, boop, boop, boop. No, no, no. Boop, 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 boop. There we go. So normally I'll do this on a Friday afternoon.
This weekend, in fact, right now, the annual Goodwood Festival.
What just happened there?
This weekend, in fact, right now, the annual Goodwood Festival of Speed is taking place in the UK, and sometime during that, Volkswagen's
I don't like that jump cut. There you go. We'll start there.
Taking place in the UK.
And at some point, wow, that's really slow.
And sometime during that, Volkswagen's IDR Pikes Peak electric race.
Yeah, that's really slow. What are you doing, Volkswagen? There you go. That's a nice bit of footage there.
Hey, and sometime during that, Volkswagen's IDR Pikes Peak electric race car, fresh from its win in Pikes Peak, Colorado, will be attempting to set another record. This time, though, it'll be super short, and sometime during that, Volkswagen's IDR Pikes Peak electric race car, fresh from its win in Pikes Peak, Colorado, will be attempting to set another record.
And this is my first edit point.
This time, though, it'll be super short.
Oh, bollocks.
This time, though, it'll be super short. attempting to set another record. This time, though, it'll be super short. The 1.6-mile climb
I don't have any Goodwood B-roll, unfortunately, so sod it.
This time, though, it'll be super short. The 1.6 mile
Why
climb
are you
of the
going
Goodwood
so slowly?
Course, which Volkswagen hoped of the record that's currently.
Zoom. I want you to zoom, not saunter up the mountain like you're on a perambulation.
Cool. This time, though, it'll be super.
Stupid woman. There we go.
Cool. This time, though, it'll be super short. The 1.6-mile climb of the Goodwood Hill Climb course, which Volkswagen hopes it can manage in less than 41.6 seconds of the record that's currently in place.
That was cocked up, big time. Well, there we are. That's a nice long shot. I like that one.
Of the Goodwood Hill Climb course, which Volkswagen hopes it can manage in less than 41.6 seconds.
Let's see if I can edit this. I might be able to.
Of the record that's currently in place. That record was set in 1999 by Nick. The record that's currently in place. That record was set in 1999 by Nick Hyde. 41.6 seconds of the record that's currently in place. That record was set in 1991.6 seconds. Record that's currently in 0.6 seconds. Record that's 0.6 seconds. Record that 1.6 seconds. The record that's currently in place. 6 seconds. The record that's currently in place.
No, I don't sound quite so stupid.
Less than 41.6 seconds, the record that's currently in place. That record was set in 1999 by Nick Heidfeld in a McLaren MP4-13. Of course, I'll keep my finger on the pulse and let you know how it did in next week's show.
Oh, oops. Oop. Okay. If I can find some nice... That's actually quite nice. That's slow too. How slow is that? Let's find out. That's slow. What's wrong with you? Okay, that will work. Boom, boom, boom.
By Nick Heidfeld in a McLaren MP4-13. Of course, I'll keep my finger on the pulse and let you know how it did in next week's show.
I am working with, am I working with yeah, I do have, look, I have proxy media.
In a McLaren MP4-13.
But the problem, I mean, to be honest, my computer is so fast, it's generally not a big issue. It's honestly not. Very rarely. I mean, I have to be slow and steady with this. Just because, especially today, because my brain's a bit frazzled. UK bound. Sounds like a new 50 Shades of Grey model book. UK bound.
Also at Goodwood.
Oh, you were talking about the driverless car? I've got that in today's show. Don't worry. I'm very good. I'm very fast.
Goodwood this weekend is the first appearance in the UK of the Tesla Model 3.
Boom! Tesla Model 3, yeah. with any luck, I'm going to get this all done sooner than I would normally do it because I've got a decent amount of footage.
Okay.
God, that looks terrible. Oh well, I'll just have to deal with that. Oh, I've got the other bit of this. That's a nice bit right there. All right, let's use that. That's probably 4K, so I can probably squidge it in a bit. But I can't do that because I'm using it for the introduction. So, sorry.
Oh,
that's really tiny.
The first appearance in the UK of the Tesla Model 3.
No, can't do that. Can't use that. I can use that in a minute. I just can't use it there.
While the car on show will be a U3.
Let's just use some standard Tesla footage, yo. Because, you know, Tesla footage that people complain about me using all the time. Because obviously I have lots of time to go out and get footage of all the cars. I've also had people say to me, well, why don't you just use footage from other people's videos? I'm like, do you understand how copyright works? I'm sorry, are you from the past? Do you understand how that works? It doesn't work very well.
Of the Tesla Model 3. While the car on show will be a US
spec model. And now you can see where I have all this footage, because it just makes it so much easier for me just to find the footage I want and then just put it in. I like this. This is fun. It's just this is my cameraman staring at the camera. What are you doing? Just staring at the camera? Just checking it's working? Okay. Whatever floats your boat. Now, where is this chase shot that I was after a minute ago? There it is. Actually, yeah, that's the chase shot I was using a minute ago. Booyah.
Model 3 reservation. 3. While the car on show will be a US spec left-hand drive version, this will be the first time that Tesla Model 3 reservation holders in England have had a chance to get up and close and personal with Tesla's newest plug-in.
That feels like it's a little too zoomed in. Oh yeah, 278%. So if I do 150...
a US spec left-hand drive version, this will be the first time that Tesla Model 3 reservation holders in England have had a chance to get up and close and personal with Tesla's newest plug-in. Sadly, you won't just be able to walk up and take it for a test drive, but for those who haven't yet seen the Model 3, it'll be a great chance. So if you're watching this on Friday and you want to get to Goodwood, you've still got 2 days.
I like that. That's a nice shot. Next to a big UPS truck. That was from my GoPro on the bottom of my car.
Sadly, you won't just be able to walk up and take it for a test drive, but for those who haven't yet seen the Model 3, it'll be a great chance. So if you're watching this on Friday and you want to get to Goodwood,
do we move ahead?
Friday and you want to get to Goodwood, you've still got 2 days.
No, maybe it's not a good shot. Ooh. Ooh, is this the shot? Ooh, that's a nice shot. Who did that? Oh, that was the one out the back of my car.
Okay, all right.
That's the back of my car. Maybe that's not the shot I wanted it to be. Oh, 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 oh. Boo! Yeah. Yes.
Sadly, you won't just be able to walk up and take it for a test drive.
Yeah, that's almost exactly the same. That's almost exactly the right length as well. I love it when stuff like that happens. Ooh, that's a bad bit of filming there. Is this the bit I want?
But for those who haven't yet seen the Model 3, it'll be a great chance. So if you're watching this on Friday and you want to get to Goodwood, you've still got 2 days.
No, no, don't pull focus at the back. No.
But for those who haven't yet seen the Model 3, it'll be a great chance. So if you're watching this on Friday and you want to get to Goodwood, you've still got 2 days.
Just.
Oh, and if you're wondering where my Model 3 review is, you'll be pleased to know that it is on the way. Events of the...
I think I may have... Yeah, this is where I went completely off the rails.
Past month or so have really cut into my editing time, and I want to make sure it's the best possible edit before I publish. Over the past year or so, we've seen plenty of automakers strike up deals with suppliers in order to ensure they've got a good, reliable source of both raw battery materials and vehicle rental batteries for electric cars.
I didn't swear. I was being remarkably good. I very often swear when I screw up. I'm being very, very good, very refined today. I'm very good at this.
Oh, and if you're wondering where my Model 3 review is, you'll be pleased to know it is on the way very soon. Events of the past month or so have really cut into editing time, and I want to make sure that this video is the best it can possibly be before I hit publish. Over the past year or so, we've seen...
I think I probably swear in a second.
Deals with suppliers
just be warned.
in order to ensure that they've got a good, reliable source of both raw battery materials and vehicle rental... Fuck it. Vehicle rental...
Yep, I did. I swore. There you go.
Oh, and if you're wondering where my Oh, and if you're on Friday and you want to get to Goodwood, you've still got 2 days. Oh, and if you're...
I think I've done this right.
Want to get to Goodwood, you've still got 2 days. Oh, and if you're wondering where my Model 3 review is, you'll be pleased to know it is on the way. Events of the past month or so have really cut into editing time, and I want to make sure that this video is the best it can possibly be before I hit publish.
Okay. Is this the slow motion or the fast one? Oh, yeah. You're my man. You're my man. My little man's done such a good job. One of my dearest friends helped me film this, and he's done an amazing job. I love him to bits. He's such a sweet guy.
2 days. Oh, and if you're wondering where my Model 3 review is, you'll be pleased to know it is on the way.
That I think I can probably do that, and then I can whack in some little bits of me talking. Is that me talking? No. That's me looking really pissed off.
Super sleek, sexy, 2-door, 2 seats.
First, there was the Tesla Roadster, the two-seat sports car that was built to prove.
Okay, that'll do. If you can slip read, then you'll be able to see what the beginning of my review is going to look like. You want to see my actual review? Should I show you my actual review? Do you want to see my actual review? This is what my actual review looks like thus. What? Oh, it's on the other computer. Sorry, I can't show it to you. It's on the other computer. Oh, it's actually on a hard drive, a portable hard drive, because I took it to Pittsburgh with me, thinking I could do work on it in Pittsburgh. I'm such a fool. Such a tool. Right, okay. Bum, ba-dum, bum, ba-dum, bum, ba-dum, 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 bum. All right. Vehicle credit. Tesla. Vehicle credit. Vehicle credit. Rainbow. I should put Rainbow Husky. There you go. If you watched the edit stream that I did a couple of months ago for the 200th episode, you'll probably be watching this and going, that I'm actually going a lot faster with this than I would at other things. How do you know it's the Aqua Husky?
Over the past year or so, we've seen plenty of automakers strike up deals with suppliers in order to ensure that they've got a good, reliable source of both raw battery materials and vehicle-ready battery packs for electric cars. And this week, we learned that BMW is planning on spending €4 billion, that's about 4.7 billion US dollars, on buying battery cells from Chinese-based Contemporary Amperex Technology Limited. To date, BMW has relied on Samsung SDI for its battery packs, but this new deal will see it secure two independent sources for future production. Interestingly, too, BMW is also working on sourcing the raw materials needed for its lithium-ion batteries, and for now will be passing those supplies onto its battery partners rather than making the cells itself. We've known it's coming for some time.
Okay,
it's official.
okay, no.
Tesla has sold its 200. We've known it making the cells itself.
Okay. So that was actually a really clear, clean red segment. So as you can see, I mean, depending on how I am and how well I'm doing that day and how I'm feeling, all of these other things, sometimes I can actually do an entire show pretty much without having any issues. Other days I can't get more than halfway through before bad things happen. So
over the past year or so, we've seen plenty of automakers strike up deals with suppliers in order to ensure that they've got a good, reliable source of both raw battery materials and vehicle-ready battery packs for electric cars.
Booyah.
And this week, we learned that BMW is planning on spending. And this week, we learned that BMW is planning on spending €4 billion, that's about 4.7 billion US dollars, on buying battery cells from Chinese-based Contemporary Amperex Technology Limited. That's about 4.7 billion US dollars.
Hang on. I'm being hijacked for a second. Just bear with me. I really want to. Okay. That is a weird ass photo. Okay. Okay, cool. All right.
$0.7 billion US on buying battery cells from Chinese-based Contemporary Amperex Technology Limited. To date, BMW has relied on Samsung.
BMW. We could probably use that. A little bit of that, maybe. Let's go to there. Let's bring that in and let's bring that in. Let's drop that.
On buying battery cells from Chinese-based Contemporary Amperex Technology Limited. To date, BMW has relied on Samsung SDI for its battery packs, but this new deal will see it secure 2 independent sources for future production.
That's another good one. Oh, pardon my French.
Interestingly, too, BMW is also working on sourcing raw materials needed for its lithium-ion batteries, and for now will be passing those supplies onto its battery partners rather than making the cells itself.
Okay. We can do that. 2019, 2018, BMW i3. Let's get rid of that one in case you see what I call Mr. Trump, because that's probably not going to do me any favors. That's a nice shot, and it should be long enough. Maybe. Actually, that one shot on its own is long enough. Yeah. Cool. That's a really nice long shot, panning shot. I like that. That's good. Alrighty. Let's copy and paste. Like I say, if you want to support what we do, please do things like buying something from our shop or making a donation. Only do it if you can actually afford it. I get very upset with people who spend money supporting me when they are struggling to eat. Falling incentives. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so I'm nearly halfway. Cool.
We've known it's coming for some time, and now it's official. Tesla has sold its 200,000th electric car in the US.
Okay, well done, Tesla. You've sold lots of cars. Okay, Tesla. Wow, look at that. Look at that little clip there of awesome.
But
It's me and Mark.
Okay. Size-wise, you complain that this is a big car.
Yep.
Particularly it is.
I don't know if
it would be a big car. It would be a big car if it didn't handle so easily.
Bless.
Stop. Perfect.
He's trying to figure out where.
For every size and shape and style of car, there's a benchmark that all other cars are held to and measured against. In the world of electric cars, that's the Model S.
That was really badly
Model S.
reviews.
That's one car that's held as the benchmark for any class, shape, or size of car. In the world of electric cars, that really is the Tesla Motors Model S. I'm Mark Chasley. I'm Nikki Borden-Greenfield, and welcome to Charged Up, where we're going to review the Model S.
You're driving!
Mark very often ended up driving. He ended up doing like the driving first. We go past. That's so corny. Oh, I miss Mark so much. Oh, Mark. Bless you, little con socks. I really miss working with Mark. I miss him so much. It was such fun to work with. All right, okay.
We've known it's coming for some time, and now it's official. Tesla has sold its 200,000th electric car in the US, the first automaker to hit that goal and the first automaker to trigger the gradual ramp down in federal tax credits for electric car purchases.
Was that?
To trigger the gradual ramp down in federal tax credits for electric car purchases. This means that from the end of this year, Tesla customers will no longer be able to claim the full 7.5.
Oh, I know which shot I'm going to use. Yay. Of all the Tesla. Oh, there you go. So I was at an event recently with a really talented performer, and I found myself copying him unintentionally. He's such a sweetheart. Okay.
This means that from the end of this year, Tesla customers will no longer be able to claim the full $7,500 tax credit for buying their car. Instead, the tax credit will fall to $3,750 for the first part of the year, falling to $1,875 in the second half of the year. So if you're banking on that tax credit to lower the, Chevy says it will ramp up Volt's EV production of the year. So if you're banking on that tax credit to lower the price of your Model 3, S, or X.
Oh, look, it's almost like I've used that before. Maybe I have used that in today's show. Let's find something else, shall we? Tesla, 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 Tesla. It's really funny because when I get in a real flow, my stories are pretty, they're pretty solid in terms of length and everything else. I think I've gone over this week by a really long time. Like, I know that my stories are way over this time round. There we go. Oh, you able to go any further back? Perfect. Complaints filed. Ow, it's my back. I'm glad that you're enjoying this because it is just an edit stream. You're just seeing what I'm doing. Increased production, not complaints filed. What the? That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that is nearly my halfway story.
by more than 20% by the end of this year. While that is great news for Bolt EV, now Chevy says it will ramp up Bolt EV production every month. Now Chevy says it will ramp that production up.
Oh, for goodness sake. What are you doing, you silly woman?
Bolt EVs rolling off the production line every month. Now Chevy says it will Bolt EV. Now Chevy says it will ramp up Bolt EV production by more than 20% by the end of this year. While that is great news for Chevy Bolt EV fans, it's hardly a massive increase when you consider the increases that Tesla's been making in its Model 3 production over the past few months. And while I love my Bolt EV and think it's a great car, I'd love to see GM ramp up that production volume a lot more.
That's good. All right, so that's a nice short one. This is going to be an easy one for me because it's a Chevy Bolt and I only have one library for the Chevy Bolt. So it's like I'm not jumping around to different places. Actually, that's not true. I have some for the prototype, but honestly, that's not really where I'm going to get the majority of my footage from. You'll also notice that I've got to a point where I generally know which clips will fit. You get a feel, just a general feel as to what clips are going to fit where.
Earlier this year, Chevrolet promised us that we'd see an increase in Bolt EV production. To date, however, we've seen...
I don't know why it went to that bit, because what I really wanted was that bit.
Earlier this year, Chevrolet promised us that we'd see an increase in Bolt EV production. To date, however, we've seen no dramatic production increase, with around 2,000 Bolt EVs rolling off the production line every month.
I think
2,000 Bolt EV. We've seen no dramatic production increase, with around 2,000 Bolt EVs rolling off the production line every month. Now,
maybe if I go to here and then I come back to here, that will work.
These rolling off the production line every month. Now, Chevy says it will ramp up Bolt EV production by more than 20% by the end of this year.
I need to go and talk to Chevy about that.
Now, Chevy says it will ramp up Bolt EV production by more than 20% by the end of this year. While that is great news for Chevy Bolt EV fans, it's hardly a massive increase when you consider the increases that Tesla's been making in its Model 3 production over the past few months. And while
I love my Chevrolet Bolt, I do. I think my Chevrolet Bolt is a great car. I really love it. It's a really good car. It's a really nice car. But they need to make more of them. So come on, Chevy, what the heck? Oh, you cracked the code. Edit 4K like it's, oh, that's nice. I edit now in Final Cut Pro. I now have a Mac Pro, an iMac Pro. It's a really nice machine. Chevrolet.
car, I'd love to see GM ramp up that production volume a lot more. As you may have learned a few weeks ago, there's an
This is one that I screwed up a little bit. Well, I mean, I could when I first started because there were lots of issues. The reason why this green screen is not being switched on right now is because it was causing problems with my editing and it was just really, really freaking slow.
Stands accused of industrial sabotage and hacking into Tesla's computer system, and Tripp accuses Tesla of installing unsafe batteries in vehicles and inflating weekly production figures by as much as 44%. Well, Tripp has now filed a whistleblower tip to the US Securities and Exchanges Commission, alleging Tesla hasn't been making truthful statements to investors, as well as omitting various key facts on its filings. He says he has the evidence, but it's not clear what will happen next. Of course, I'll keep you posted.
That was a weird one. That's a weird story, that one. But I just felt like it needed to be put in the show because I have to be really careful when I'm making these videos, because if it grabs my attention, then it kind of gets in the way of, I've just completely forgotten what I was saying. Doesn't matter. I'm going to be right back. Please bear with me. Okay. Okay, I'm back. Thanks for the nice comments.
A few weeks ago, there's an ongoing legal battle raging between Martin Tripp, a former Tesla process engineering technician, and Tesla's legal team. Tripp stands accused of industrial sabotage and hacking into Tesla's computer system, and Tripp accuses Tesla of installing unsafe batteries in vehicles and inflating weekly production figures by as much as 44%. And Tesla's legal team.
That's where the cut point is. You see, when I'm doing this, I have to make sure that the bits where I'm in front of the camera are as small as possible, because I think that helps. It really does. So let's put that in there. Let's move that up. There we go. That's better.
Ranging between Martin Tripp, a former Tesla process engineering technician, and Tesla's legal team. Tripp stands accused of industrial sabotage and hacking into Tesla's computer system. Tripp stands accused of industrial sabotage and hacking into Tesla's computer system. And Tripp accuses Tesla of installing unsafe batteries in vehicles and inflating weekly production figures by as much as 44%. And Tripp accuses Tesla of installing unsafe batteries in vehicles and inflating weekly production figures by as much as 44%. Well, Tripp has now filed a whistleblower tip to the US Securities and Exchanges Commission, alleging Tesla hasn't been making truthful statements to and Exchanges Commission, alleging Tesla hasn't been making truthful statements to investors, as well as omitting various key facts on its filings. He says he has the evidence, but it's not clear what will happen next. Of course, I'll keep you posted. He says he has the evidence, but it's not clear what will happen next. Of course, I'll keep you posted. While you...
Cool. So you can actually talk to me and ask me questions while I'm editing this, by the way, if you are so interested, if you are so inclined.
What will happen next?
Or, you know, you could just watch. That is also okay.
He says he has the evidence, but it's not clear what will happen next. Of course, I'll keep you posted. While you may not see one at your local dealership yet, Jaguar has officially delivered its...
What do you mean, release all the videos from day one? Oh, you mean from Fully Charged Live? Oh, awesome. Yeah, I didn't know that. So that would be cool. I did not know that. That is very cool, in fact. One, two, three, four, five, six. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. Okay, I got a question. Where did you learn to edit? Well, I started learning to edit by doing things like this. Need to switch stream picture things here. So just give me a second. I need to switch my screen sharing. Stop. I'm going to switch to a different channel thing. So this is how this is how I started this thing here. Let me go to the application window. So this is how I started learning to edit video. And I mean, this is something I was working on for a convention recently.
Hello, everybody. Yes, it really is time once again for my wonderful panel here at AnthroCon. Keep your paws off the furniture. Don't get anything on the lace dollies, and do try to listen just a little. Oh, and by the way, the gin is all mine. Yeah. So paws off.
So I basically learned to edit things like that. Audio. This is Logic Pro. It's the audio version of the program, or editing program. I've been using this program, Logic, since 1995. So I was using this way back when it was owned by a company called eMagic. And so, I mean, learning to do things like, for example, editing this. So at the end of this rap, I had to edit that because the original piece of music is much longer than this. So I had to learn how to edit that, and then how to put, layer all the tracks together. And then
the being heard takes time. Willingness to learn can just as beats and rhymes while I'm kicking it back in one of the glasses, not while you're up here. So I'll cut the chase and get in your face with one thing I'll make clear. Finding your own voice is your own journey. Hoist to the anchor, set sail, have a party. Speak with a squeak or growl with a scowl. Engage the voice and see what fits your voice, your gaff, your style. Yeah.
So that's how I started. I started doing audio stuff, and then when I got into doing video stuff, and I'm using two screens at the same time, which is why I'm looking off to the side. Then when I started doing video, I applied what I knew from my audio days. My microphone's there. I applied what I knew from my audio days into video editing. So that's pretty much where it went. I am a PC user, so KDen Live is what I use. Just love watching the hints and tips you use. I don't know if you saw earlier on. Sorry, I'm just going to see if I can find a hairband, because I don't need to have my hair down today. I don't actually like having my hair down all that much. I prefer having my hair up. And oh, are these my contact lenses? Oh dear. Oh no, that's my empty contact lens. That's okay. I don't like having my hair down all that much, so but apparently it looks better when it's down, so I put it down when I'm filming, but when I'm just editing and doing stuff, it gets in my way, it gets in my nerves. I've got someone geeking out about my rap in the chat. I'm glad you like it, Kia. I really am. Let me find that. Got one around here somewhere. If I don't, I'll just have to deal with that. I think I probably have to deal with that. Oh, unless there's one in my bag. Because there might be, because I'm very good. organised. And then we have one in the bag. What? No. Sod's law. I don't have one. Never mind. Such is life. I'll just have to deal without it. That was a bit pointless. I ran into you actually, but you were rather busy, as were the other EV YouTubers. I have to say, I have to say that Fully Charged Live, while fantastic, was a bit of a baptism of fire. I have never been in a place like that before, where people have descended, and in the nicest possible way, people have descended. I want to make that very clear. But it was overwhelming. It was quite overwhelming to have that many people want to talk to me and, you know, ask me questions and tell me how much they liked what I'm doing, because I'm pretty self-deprecating as a person. And there's a little voice inside my head that's constantly telling me that I'm not very good at what I do. But also, you know, just having so many people coming in and talking to me while I'm doing an event. It's one of the reasons why I ended up being a chauffeur, because I just wanted to talk to people individually rather than like have conversations with multiple people. And one of the really interesting things that I discovered from that event is that you would be in a conversation with someone and somebody else would come up and they'd be so eager to say hello that they would interrupt the first conversation, and then that first person you were talking to might walk away because they felt they weren't being listened to or whatever. So it was a bit of a minefield, actually. It was kind of crazy. I mean, I'm grateful for everybody who said hello. So don't think I wasn't. But it was just different, very different. All right, what are your thoughts on the future of the Leaf, including apparently the 2019 CCS becomes a dominant standard as it seems to be in Europe? I think we're going to see some fantastic Leaf things. Actually, there is a video that I'm working on about the Leaf right now. I tell you that. It's in here. It's in the system. Let me just actually go back to that, because I'd rather share my screen with you. I have my mug on here. There we go. All right. Yeah, so I think it's going to be just fine. I think it's going to be a great car. And I think you should probably wait and get one if it's really as good as the rumors suggest. But it is an if rather than a definite.
While you may not see one at your local dealership yet, Jaguar has officially delivered its first I-Pace electric SUVs in North America. Rather than go to private owners, however, the first batch of cars has gone directly to Waymo, where they will enter Waymo's autonomous vehicle test fleet. Eventually, Waymo will install autonomous vehicle.
This is another point where I screwed up.
Eventually, Waymo.
So I don't know if you can see this. It's a really good point in the timeline. This, by the way, this thing here is called the timeline, the sequence of all the different video clips. And what you'll see here is I screwed up. Now, when you're watching the video, you won't be aware when I screw up, because I go back and film the bridge between the two stories, and that has to be one take, and then it looks as if it's going to be a lot of fun. Good luck at Goodwood. Last time I was at Goodwood, it took me 2 hours to get in. It was a 2 hour.
So if you see one on the streets, let us know.
It was a 2 hour delay.
With more and more automakers clamoring to get to the edge in electric vehicle battery technology, investment.
So I screwed up the start of the next story, so I had to go back and record the second half of the previous story.
And data needed so it can engine. Let us know. With more and more automakers clamoring to get the edge in electric vehicle battery technology, investment in third-party battery firms is most certainly on the rise.
I didn't swear. I was being really good yesterday when I filmed this. Normally I swear like a sailor when I make a mistake, but obviously today I was pretty good.
Waymo's autonomous vehicle test fleet. Eventually, Waymo will install autonomous vehicle hardware in these vehicles, but for now, the three I-Pace SUVs will be driven manually so that Waymo can capture the design requirements and data needed to then build vehicle-specific autonomous hardware. So if you see one driving in California, let us know.
All right, that's a nice short one. So, I-Pace. Jaguar I-Pace. Let's find that. 2019 Jaguar I-Pace. So I've already got Monday's video in the can, partly because Monday is my sister's funeral and I don't know how I'm going to feel on Monday. I might take the day off work. So we'll see. We'll see how I feel.
With more and more automakers hammering, while you may not see one at your local dealership yet, Jaguar has officially delivered its first I-Pace electric SUVs in North America. Rather than go to private owners, however, the first batch of cars has gone down. While you may not see one at your local dealership yet, Jaguar has officially delivered its first I-Pace electric SUVs in North America.
Yeah, the latency shouldn't be too bad. I've got a pretty decent internet connection in my office. It costs me enough.
Rather than go to private owners, however, the first batch of cars has gone directly to Waymo, where they will enter Waymo's autonomous vehicle test fleet.
Yeah, it was one of my frustrations, actually. I don't mind sharing this. I was hoping to go back for my sister's funeral. And Delta, as well as other airlines, offer bereavement fares. It's less common than it used to be. You used to be able to get a bereavement fare so that you could go back to funerals. But the issue was that, let me do that. I'm just trying to do two things at once. The issue was that Delta wouldn't give me a bereavement fare because they said they didn't have one for that flight. Now, whether that means they'd already sold the bereavement fares or whether that means they don't offer bereavement fares on transatlantic flights, I don't know. But the effect was the same. And the last time I flew to the UK, it cost me $850, which was expensive enough. But they wanted nearly, like it was $2,900 to fly me to Heathrow at the last minute. And I couldn't find any other, fares that were sensibly priced and made it possible for me to fly out just for the funeral. So I'm not going. But the video that I made for my sister's funeral is available online, and it is available. And if you want to watch it, you can. My sister was not a furry, but she loved watching me do videos. She loved watching me dress up and entertain people. So what she ended up doing was, when she knew she was dying, she actually asked me to make a video for her funeral that would be appropriate for people. And she wanted it to be about love. And she wanted it to be visual because a lot of the people in the audience, a lot of the people at her funeral will be deaf, because she was deaf herself, and she was a chaplain for deaf people. She was a member of the clergy. And so she wanted something for her parishioners who were deaf to be able to watch and understand. So I made this video for her. It's there in the link, and it will go up. It will be played Monday for her funeral in the local cathedral. So that will be nice. The rest of my family is going to be there, or rather, my mum and my other sister will be there. They're the two left. So yeah, such is life, I guess. Anyway, back to editing.
Eventually, Waymo will install autonomous vehicle hardware in these vehicles, but for now, the 3i Pace SUVs will be
Oh, that's the Chrysler. That's no good. See, I don't like using... Okay, that works.
There it is. This is the self-driving.
I'm going to have to pause this stream because I have a phone call. Hello, 1 second, please. Let me just pause something. Ba-bum. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Had some stuff to do.
Some data needed to then build vehicle-specific autonomous hardware. So if you see one driving in cab, it will be driven manually. So that Waymo can capture the design requirements and data needed to then build vehicle-specific autonomous hardware. So if you see one driving in California, let us know.
All right. here slowly. All right. Copy, paste. What's the name of this one? Solid investment. So I need to basically go back and make sure that my lower thirds are all correct, because I know they're not here. So here we go. Jaguar. Clip. 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 And we're going to put, for some reason, this one has, this happens sometime, and I don't know why. Sometimes the name gets truncated when you clip it. Don't ask me why, it just happens.
With more and more automakers clamoring to get the edge in electric vehicle battery technology, investment in third-party battery firms is most certainly on the rise, especially those which focus on solid-state battery technologies.
So I need something battery-ish. I'm going to go to Nissan because I know the Nissan battery stuff is cool. Okay. Nissan. Here we go. This is, by the way, one of the funnest things I've ever done. It was really fun going to see this happening at a factory. I also got to ride on a train there, which was cool. Certainly beats flying. A few routes in the UK where you could go really long distance on a train, and it was all cool. All right.
With more and more automakers clamoring to get the edge in electric vehicle battery technology, investment in third-party battery firms is most certainly on the rise, especially those which focus on solid-state battery technologies. Longer-lasting, safer, and often with higher energy and power densities, solid-state batteries are considered the current holy grail of EVs, which is probably why Hyundai has announced an investment in Massachusetts-based Ionic Materials, a firm which has been developing a solid electrolyte polymer that could make solid-state batteries a commercial reality. It's not clear how much the investment is, but with literally billions of dollars being invested across the industry, it's likely that the investment is just as sizable as some of the others being made. It's announced an investment in Massachusetts of EVs.
All right, so I'm just going to put Nissan battery. Wonder if I've got any other battery production stuff going on. That will work. Sometimes you just have to use B-roll that may not necessarily tie directly to the story, but What? No. That sounds like a recipe for hell. Where was I? There we go.
Has been developing a solid electrolyte polymer that could make solid-state batteries a commercial reality. It's not clear how much the investment is, but with literally billions of dollars being invested across the industry, it's likely that the investment is just as sizable as some of the others being made.
The reason why I say no is because, you know, traveling on a train when you have very little luggage in the UK is very different to traveling in the United States on a railway network that is known to be problematic. I mean, like, to get from I don't know what the travel time from Seattle to. Let's have a look. The time is 3 hours and 30 minutes, which is not a huge difference in time versus driving. And the other thing is, when traveling in a car, in a train, and you've got all those boxes that I bring to conventions, and this year there will be an extra box that was not in the mix last year. I just don't want the hassle. Just don't want it. I'm kind of boring like that.
Complete with 100 plus kilowatt DC quick charging, a more powerful motor, and a 64 kilowatt hour liquid cooled battery pack. Obviously, this is still in the rumor stage, but I'll let you know when I have something more concrete to share. After promising more concrete to share.
All right. Okay. Thanks, Snowman.
When the 2018 Nissan Leaf launched late last year, there was significant disappointment in the EV world that it didn't come with a 60 kilowatt hour battery pack, more than 50 kilowatt DC in the EV world, that it didn't come with a 60 kilowatt hour. It didn't come with a 60 kilowatt hour battery pack, more than 50 kilowatt DC quick charging, and active thermal management.
You can hear my car, my hard drive in the background is just churning away like a little trooper. In fact, all of the lights are lighting up. All right.
Adding the rapid gate debacle, Google it if you're not sure what it is, and Nissan's next-gen electric car hasn't been all that well received by everyone.
Booyah. No, that doesn't work. Static shots are kind of a pain in the butt, really. They're not as fun as dynamic shots. They don't give you quite as... Oh, I like that one. That one, right there. And that almost looks like it's animated. I know it's not, because I know where that is, but it's a lovely long shot. Oh, I want to be up in the mountains.
Station manufactured Rangeley for 2019. But this week, a Twitter post by a charging station manufacturing firm seems to confirm the rumours we've been hearing for the last few months, that Nissan is indeed working on a higher-powered, faster, long-range Leaf for 2019. Complete with 100 plus kilowatt DC quick charging, a more powerful motor, and a 64 kilowatt hour liquid-cooled battery pack.
There we go, that's what I'm after. Whoop, 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 whoop.
Obviously, this is still in the rumour stage, but I'll let you know when I have something more concrete to share.
Okay, we're getting there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Only 5 more stories left. This is what we like to do. Oh, you know what I've forgotten to do thus far? I've forgotten to time my stories, so I'm going to go do that in a second. Oh, God. Stomach hurts. I forgot what I was doing. All right, I was going to do the timings. That's right. I forgot. Silly me. All right. 0, 0. This is so people can jump to stories in the show because people get upset. It can't. It's just easier. Don't worry. What you can't see is that I'm writing these down on the other screen as I'm going. So at least I'm way ahead of where I normally would be at this point on a Friday, which is good because I'm exhausted. I haven't actually stopped since I got back from Fully Charged Live. I haven't really stopped since before then. And my trip to Anthrocon while I was away was kind of sort of working. So I'm just tired. All right. It does. What does the previous one say? Jaguar, Nissan, Hyundai, Nissan. Cool. I actually did that right. So, coming to a city near you. See what we do here.
After promising us a few months ago it was on the way, Mercedes-Benz has unveiled its brand new e-Citaro electric bus. Due to go on sale around the world, the e-Citaro, like its diesel-powered sibling...
All right, let's go back.
After promising us a few months ago it was on the way, Mercedes-Benz has unveiled its brand new e-Citaro electric bus.
That's about as far as I want to go with that. I knew that I'd covered that bugger before. I hate it when that happens. All right, that's good. That is cool. That's about all I need. Come on.
After promising us a few months ago it was on the way, Mercedes-Benz has unveiled its brand new e-Citaro electric bus.
So much easier than people giving me.
Around the world, the e-Citaro, like its diesel-powered sibling, is designed as a city bus and, says Benz, is rated to carry a maximum of 88 people up to 150 kilometers fully laden, 93 miles in ideal conditions.
All right, so let's try and there we go.
Conditions. Powered by a modular battery pack, the current battery will be rated to 200.
It's one of those situations where I downloaded a lot of B-roll, but actually I just need this one. Like the B-roll I'm using is so tiny. It really is.
battery will be rated to 243 kilowatt hours of energy per charge, but Ben says it hopes to expand that to more than 370 kilowatt hours thanks to the battery pack's modular design. The e-Citaro will also be offered with a choice of different. Given how popular the Citaro is,
given how popular the Citaro is,
expect to see the e-Citaro other electric buses.
It's sad that I know exactly where I'm going in this. But
given how popular the Citaro is, expect to see the e-Citaro in a city near you very soon.
There we go. So that is the last bit. That's nice. That's a nice little end there. We'll whack that in there. And then I think I'm gonna
Citaro in a city near you very soon.
Three more stories. Two more stories. Three more stories? Three more. Four. I cannot count. 0843. Timestamps, just what you want all the time. Because timestamps are awesome. There is hell.
Tesla may have a massive market share in the electric car-friendly nation of Norway, but a lack of adequate Tesla service centers to service all of those customers' cars has meant that the Norwegian Consumer Council says that Tesla is fourth on the list of companies that Norwegians complain about the most, up from the position of 24th last year. In a Twitter post, Tesla CEO last year,
Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. Booyah, yeah. But I can't use that because it's got text on it. Bugger! You little bugger. I haven't used this shot for a really long time. And it's Norway. It's in Norway, so it's perfect. Yay! All right. Norway. Yay! Norway EV. Tesla, Norway. Woo!
That Norwegians complain about the most, up from the position of 24th last year. In a Twitter post, Tesla CEO Elon Musk said the delay in expanding service facilities was down to a lack of approval from the Norwegian government to operate service vans.
That is a good one. That is almost perfect, too.
But the government says in return that it's yet to receive any application from Tesla to allow But the government says in return that it's yet to receive any application from Tesla.
Oh, dropped frames. What's going on?
But the government says in return that it's yet to receive any application from Tesla to allow mobile service vans to operate on its roads. A victim of its own success or just poor planning? Let me know in the comments below.
Oh, look. I went way harder than I needed to. Okay. That's an easy, crappy piece of editing from yours truly. Find a Tesla one. Easier than just... That's almost the same as the other Tesla story. Now this is the really weird one because Ayn Rand is just weird. That's 1024. Take care.
We're back to Goodwood with these two next stories, the first of which involves the world debut of an all-electric autonomous logging truck called the Ayn Rand T-Log.
Ayn Rand T-Log. It's a great name. Never heard of it before this week. But it's just so weird it has to be in the show. Because, you know,
So, ladies and gentlemen, it's a great honor for Android to be standing here as one of the greatest symbols of automotive industry and also a great festival of hope. So,
yeah, I said it wrong. Okay. Ayn Rand. Ayn Rand. Actually, you know what?
off-road areas without too much supervision. Powered by NVIDIA's autonomous vehicle hardware, the 4G connected truck can also be powered by NVIDIA.
Oh, I did this like 15 million times.
I'm not sure how capable it will be in the wilds of the Pacific Northwest. Powered by NVIDIA's autonomous vehicle hardware, the 4D connected truck can also be remote controlled and can cover up to 125 miles, that's 200 kilometers, fully laden with logs. I'm not sure how...
Okay. So I think that's all of my horrible bits done. Yep. So we're looking at a finish time today of actually pretty decent finish time today. Oh, of 13:33, which is good for the 13th. 13:33. I like that.
Without too much supervision. Powered by NVIDIA's autonomous vehicle hardware, the 4G connected truck
It's a weird video. It's actually produced by the guys at the company, so I guess I'm just gonna use it.
Can also be remote controlled and can cover up to 125 miles, that's 200 kilometers, fully laden with logs.
It is just the weirdest video. Got a photo of their team.
NVIDIA's autonomous vehicle hardware, the 4G connected truck. This is so far a prototype. It's not clear even when or if it will enter into production. Volkswagen ID R Pikes Peak may be attempting a world record at Goodwood Festival of Speed this weekend. Another vehicle has already taken to the short hill course, proving that it has what it takes to tackle the extremely tight course. I'm talking about the driverless robo race car, which completed a successful tight course.
Okay, see how close I am with that. Oh yeah, of course. Not too bad. Okay. Mhm. Okay, I'm going to do that. That's fine. Okay, that one can go in there. That clip can go in there. That clip can go away. Make that into a compound clip because that's easier. I bring that on, and then I can do this. Bring this in.
I'm talking about the driverless robo-race car, which completed a successful navigation of the course early on Thursday morning. It wasn't record-breaking, and the car broke far earlier than an experienced human driver would, but the video of it completing the course shows just how far autonomous vehicle technology has progressed in recent years. And finally, just like the British an experienced human driver would, in recent years.
Oh.
Has progressed in recent years. And finally, and on that note, it's the end of this week's show. As usual, how about you? And on that note,
if you guys are lucky, you're going to get this before the end of the night. You Brits watching in Britain, you Americans will get it really super early as well. What's this called? I can't remember. This is how stupid my brain is right now. Voltra, that's right. Voltra. E-Cruiser. Whoops. All right, so let's see if we can. Let's see if we can get some useful stuff out of here. Yeah, that's what I thought. Might have to read some of this.
and finally, just like the British Land Rover Defender, the Toyota Land Cruiser has been synonymous with off-roading excellence for many, many years. And now there's an electric model to add to your list of dream cars. Enter Australian company Voltra, which has converted a two-door Land Cruiser 70 pickup to electric power and now there's an electric model of driving it into the long, confined underground tunnels used by the mining industry.
Right, that's about as far as we can go.
And tunnels used by the mining industry.
We can probably extend that just a little bit. We're going to cheat. I don't have much B-roll access here.
Industry. For now, the Ute, nicknamed the E-Cruiser, is being evaluated to see how it handles life underground, but I still want one. How about you? And on that note, it's the end of this week's show.
That'll do. To touch audio, whack that up there. Video credit VHP, eVultra.
I still want one. How about you? And on that note, it's the end of this week's show. As usual, like, comment, subscribe, and support us if you can using one of the 3 links below, and give us some social media buzz if you're so inclined. There's also still literally just enough time to enter our 50,000 subscriber giveaway. So if you'd like to have handmade, tailored Oscar and Hamish literally just enough time to enter our 50,000 subscriber giveaway. So if you'd like to have handmade, tailored Oscar and Hamish front set for a Tesla Model S or Model X, don't forget to follow us on Twitter at TransportEvolve, as well as Oscar Hamish on Instagram at Oscar Hamish, and tell us what adventures you'd get up to with your own set of custom handmade Model S or X luggage in your car using the hashtag #EvolvedLuggage. If you also want to buy a set for yourself, you can get a 10% discount by using the description in the link below.
Yes, I know, I screwed up.
50,000 subscribers, so be quick about your entry. As always, thanks for joining me, and don't forget to keep pushing to be better, smarter, and kinder. Keep evolving.
Okay, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is the entire episode of today's 10, which will be going out sometime this afternoon, probably after lunch. But now I've produced that, what I then have to do is I skin it for my friends in New Zealand. So we are going to duplicate this, and we're going to call it Ecotech 56. And we're going to go into Ecotech 56, and we're going to get rid of all of the things that make it. I will release it. I mean, it depends when you're going to bed, of course. But I'm going to be releasing it. It will be before 8 p.m. It will be before 9 p.m. British time. So you should be okay. All right.
Please show Porsche switches on its.
So for those who don't know, I have to say this every time because somebody gets upset. Transport Evolved produces content under license for some guys in New Zealand. And so what we're about to do is we're about to produce their version of my show for them. It's as simple as that. So I screwed that up, but I can get around it. Now.
On today's show, 102 kilowatts. These stories and more coming next. Porsche switches on its first 800-volt DC quick charging station for the upcoming Porsche Taycan. Tesla announces.
Okay, so we need to move those two over. Oh.
Tesla announces a brand new gigafactory in China, and Nissan's 2019 Leaf is called rapid charging at 102 kilowatts. These stories and more coming next. This is Ecotricity's Ecotech.
Okay.
NZ. Hi there, I'm Nikki, your rep.
Okay, this one worked okay. Okay, so cool. what I'm going to do now, this is the end of the this is the new beginning of the show, which I put on the front here, and then I'm going to switch this over to about here.
Hi there.
And then we change this text to read Ecotech episode 56.
That will make it possible for its upcoming takeout with the news that Porsche has officially installed a host, and we're starting today's show.
And then what we're going to do is we're going to cut that all out. Going to get rid of that. Sorry, Kahori Engrave.
Kilometers, 250 miles of range in just 20 minutes, twice as fast as conventional CCS quick charging stations.
So if you're kind of watching this and going, what's she talking about? Ecotech? What the heck? So I produce content for some guys in New Zealand, for a company in New Zealand. They are a client of mine, and they have a version of this show that is just for them in New Zealand. It's like a New Zealand specific version of Transport Evolved. And the reason I do that is because, frankly, I don't make enough money just from doing stuff on the Transport Evolved website. To do everything. So Porsche Taycan 800 volt Germany. Okay. And there are enough differences between this episode and the other episode that I do. And this is going to look weird. Don't panic. So the reason I'm doing this is the screen for Ecotech is a slightly different size and in a slightly different position.
With both its Reno Gigafactory.
So
both its Reno to stretch even further in the short term.
And I'll show you in a minute, once I've rendered everything, you'll get to see what the two versions of the show look like, because they're very different. Okay, so this is the end. Ahaha. So this is an edit point right here. So where I'm now at, this is where a lot of the stories that are specific to New Zealand finish, and I add new ones. So
I don't know when. Sadly, I don't know when the Model 3 will head to New Zealand, other than that prototype we spotted last winter on the slopes. But rest assured that when I know a date for its official Kiwi debut, I'll let you know here.
Okay. So this right here, this thing I'm now removing, is like a bridge. I was talking earlier on about having bridges for the stories. This is a bridge that ties a story that is in Transport Evolved and a story that's in Ecotech together, and allows me to cut out a lot of stories that are not going to be in the Ecotech version.
Oh, and if you're wondering where my Model 3 review is, you'll be pleased to know.
All right, so this needs to be lifted from the storyline, and this goes, oops, this goes in here.
Sadly, I don't know when the Model 3 will head to New Zealand, other than that prototype we spotted last winter on the slopes. But rest assured that when I know a date for its official Kiwi debut, I'll let you know here. Okay, so that is a slightly different version of the same story that I'm doing for Transport Evolved, but it's got a Kiwi, it's kind of got a Kiwi bent for it. And I've also got some video footage here that we can just throw in. And unfortunately, sadly, I don't. Oh, we do have it correct. Okay. rest assured that when I know a date for its official Kiwi debut, I'll let you know here. With more and more...
Okay.
Sadly, I don't know when the Model 3 will head to New Zealand, other than that prototype we spotted last winter on the slopes. But rest assured that when I know a date for its official Kiwi debut, I'll let you know here.
All right, so that's a little sneaky modification that I've just made to that storyline. And then...
With more and more automakers clamoring to get the edge in electric vehicle battery technology, investment in third-party battery firms is most certainly on the rise.
All right, so solid investment is the next story that is in the Ecotech version of the show. So I need to go to here. I need to hit the thing there. And my watch is going a bit crazy. And then I need to lift that all from the storyline. Okay. And then what I'm going to do, you see all of this stuff here? All of this stuff here, I don't need. So I'm going to get rid of literally all of that story. We also have to change our video credits here, because this video, that's Transport Evolved, but then this bit here is Ecotech, Ecotricity. Right.
Oh. You know, here.
All right, so now I can get rid of this.
Focus on solid-state battery technologies. With more and more Holy Grail of EVs, which is probably battery technologies.
All right, so that
is most certainly on the rise, especially those which focus on solid-state battery technologies.
All right, so we're going to do, oh, hang on, whoops. We're going to lift from storyline. Okay, and then we're going to drag that all the way across. And make this as small as we possibly can. Whoop, okay. Which is fine, because we can actually drag that across. We can drag that across. And we can drag that across, and then we can drag that across.
Solid-state battery technologies. Longer lasting.
See, you wouldn't even know that this is the same, like some of it is the same. And it looks familiar enough that people do go, hey, they're stealing your stuff. But they're not. I'm making this for them. So if you're watching this and you think, oh, they're stealing Nikki's stuff, they're not. They're paying for it. And that's the difference. All right, so I kind of got a little waylaid. All right. That's going to be 0244. Tesla Model 3 goes to the UK. And this one is 0324. My watch is just going crazy today. Just vibrating all over the place. Okay. Okay. See, this is why I have to keep checking because I keep forgetting. If it looks okay in the Transport Evolved set, it means it's wrong for Ecotech. So, boom, boom, boom. All right, so the Ecotech version of this show is a lot shorter, as you can probably see. So I have to concentrate when I'm doing this because if I make a mistake, it looks really stupid. All right, so let's do that. That's, oh, no, let's get rid of that. We don't need that. We are going to.
By the mining industry. For now,
I think that's where my thing goes. Yeah, it is.
For now, the Ute, nicknamed the. For now, used by the mining industry. For now,
a little bit thinged. Right, okay.
By the mining industry. For now, the Ute. Industry. For now, the Ute, nicknamed the E-Cruiser, is being evaluated to see how it handles life up industry. For now, the Ute. For now, the Ute, nicknamed the E-Cruiser, is being evaluated to see how it handles life underground. But I still want one. How about you? And on that note, I'm going to say goodbye. Don't forget to like,
all right, and here we go.
Evaluated to see how it handles life underground. But I still want one. How about you?
All right, I'm going to have to change this to the Ecotech set so I can make sure I've got the edit right.
One. How about you? And on that.
Yeah, you see, I didn't have it right. There you go. I have to make sure I get the edit points just right because otherwise it looks really freaking stupid. Alrighty. So I've still got to do that's it.
Minute and you show it.
Boom. And that goes to there. Everything else that is there can go bye-bye. All right, cool. So the only thing I have to do now is go into Ecotech. I can go into last week's show and drag the advert bit out, which you'll see in a second, which is here. I mean, once you've got the formula set up, it's pretty simple to get the video edit working. And I hope you'll see that unlike the last time when I made this video.
These stories and more coming next. This is Ecotricity's
And unlike last time when I did this, it's much easier for me to get everything working.
Next. This is Ecotricity's Ecotech Roundup show from New Zealand's only carbon zero certified renewable electricity company. We're 100% Kiwi and 50% community owned. Search today at ecotricity.co.nz. Hi there.
Perfect. Oh, look at that. I might have like 1 or 2 frames that are out. I'm 1 frame out. That 1 frame off, literally. And now it will work. All right, so let's see if I make sure everything is there. I've got to do the end of Ecotech, which is super simple. Basically, I just copy these 2 bits here. Okay, and I go back. Edit those on the back.
Electricity company. Thanks for joining me. I'm Nikki Gordon-Bloomfield. Happy day. See you next time.
All right, so those are the 2 episodes done and completed for Transport Evolved and Ecotech. There is one other thing I need to do for Ecotech, but I'm going to just run through this now really super fast to make sure that there isn't anything wrong. Oh, you can see my microphone cable. Whoops. Binars. Okay, that's Ecotech done. I just need to grab a screenshot from that for their thumbnail because that's how they like me to do it. So I've got to find an interesting bit of my basically an interesting bit of the show. So let's turn on the green screen now. So you'll see the green screen come in. Look at that. Isn't that cool? I think it's cool. Whatever. I think it's cool. I do. I think it's very cool. All right. So now we just have to go up here. And we have to tell it to render all. And it's going to render all. And I wish I could show you. Actually, maybe I can. This is, let's see, Google Hangouts. Stop screen sharing. I'll show you how quick the rendering process is. All right, let's just, I'm gonna, all right, I'm gonna share the whole screen and hope that nothing bad happens in the process. So this is the rendering process coming out here. There you go, you see how fast this is rendering. You get rid of some of these other things so I don't suddenly get things appear, because that would be bad. That'd be very bad, okay. All my programs hiding in the background that I don't want you to see. All right, I gotta keep that one running and I gotta get rid of that one. And now you can see that my computer is really not working very hard to render this. I mean, this is stupidly fast. By the time I come back from the bathroom, it will all be done, pretty much. My car is for sale on Auto Trader. Oh my goodness, how much is it worth? Can you send me the link? Oh, I can probably look. I can probably look for it. Okay, so let's go on Auto Trader. Now I'm curious. All right, Auto Trader. .uk. If I can find it, Nissan Leaf. Let's go to my old postcode. Make Nissan Leaf. Max price, let's say 8,000, because I know that that's how much I paid. Someone paid less for that than mine. Oh, look, there it is. 5 grand. That's cheeky. That's cheeky. I sold the car for less than that, I think. So they're doing very well. It's in Wigan. Wow. Wow, look at that. It's my old little car. Okay, people, if you want to buy, oh wow, the back end's a bit ropey. Yeah, the seats haven't held up so well. But this is Hiro. This is Hiro Nakamura. I'm going to share this now. This is Hiro Nakamura for sale. My old Nissan Leaf. If you want to buy my old Nissan Leaf, there you go. Let me put this in on the tweets. If you want to buy my old Nissan Leaf, it's for sale. It's still got the Ecotricity logo on the back. If you want to buy my old Nissan Leaf, turns out it's up for sale. Buy a piece of EV history. Cheeky smile. There you go. That's really cute. Oh well, let's see. I'm really glad you told me about this, Toby. Okay, here we go. Wow, look at that. Hey Pepper, it's our old car. I wonder if it's still got the modification to the things. How many miles? 97,930 miles, which means in the last 3 years, it's only done like 20,000 miles, which is crazy. All right, let's see for the let's look at this money shot and see if we can see. Oh, look at that. I think that's already some battery degradation right there. It is. Look at that. There's some battery degradation. Oh, look at that now. All right. Battery degradation, no route. Let's see if we can get the... Wow, there we go. So it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I don't know then how this car could have had a replacement battery pack, because if it's down to 9 bars... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, it's down to 9 bars. Wow, look at that. Those switches don't do anything. Someone's going to be really upset when they buy that car. Those switches don't work. They don't do anything. Okay. Wow, that's really, really, really dinged up in the back. Look at that. But I mean, Hero's looking great from the front. Oh no, wait. Is that a ding at the front? No. Wow. I mean, Hero's looking pretty good for a car that's got 90,000 miles on the clock. I mean, I've got to say, that little bit there, that little thing on the bottom, that is very, oh wow, the interior is looking just, that's looking so shagged. I mean, it really is. Oh, I need to go clean. Hero, you've not held up well. Poor little guy. My little baby. Oh, I'm really sad now. Batteries in good condition. No. No, it's got 9 bars missing. I'm going to have to... That's really sad. That's really sad. Like 100,000 miles, and Hero's not looking great. I don't know what to say now. Okay, that's weird. That's not cool. Anyway, where are we? Let's get rid of that because you don't need that. Let's get rid of that window. And look, the rendering has done. It's completed. Yay. Rendering is awesome. So I'm just going to put this over here. And now you're going to watch my computer completely crash.
13. Of course, I'll keep the pulse.
I've got to find a good freeze frame. This is what I'm doing now.
But it's important to note that the luxury will also be backwards compatible with existing lower power
I look so tired in this video. It's not good. That's an okay kind of shot to maybe get that freeze frame. Now watch it not work. I don't expect this to work, so let's try it. Let's just save it as a JPEG. And let's save it there. But I don't expect it to work because there's an issue with the saving setup on this thing. So we'll see. We'll see how long it takes. It'll probably produce an error. But there you have it. That essentially is how the Transport Evolved show is produced, and you just saw the end there with the Ecotech show. But once the export files have been produced, then I transcode them, which is like squishing them down into a format that can be seen on the internet more easily. And then after that, well, that's pretty much it. That's all I do. So there you go. That's all there is to making a Transport Evolved video. I don't know how long that took me. How long did that take me? Someone tell me. I've been on air for 3 hours. So 3 hours is about right for this particular show. It's the long show. It's the toughest show I produce. This will be going live on the internet probably in less than an hour. So keep your fingers and your eyes and everything else ready. And I will see you next week. Thanks for joining me. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Support this channel by making a donation through Patreon, Bitcoin, whatever. Or our shop. In fact, buy something from our shop. I'll be back next week. But until then, thanks for joining me. Keep evolving.